Good day. This video provides instructions for MOIS users on how to export their patient panel for LFP purposes in a format that will work with Dr.Bill. So, when you're into MOIS, we want to get a patient list and we'll find that under Reports. So we go to Reports, and in Reports, we look at all the type of reports there are. We want to look at practice management. And under practice management, you will find patient list. So I double click to open patient list. And here they're asking a lot of questions. Which patients do we want to export? Just ignore the chart range. And the last contact, that would be a good thing for LFP purposes to set it to the last 5 years. So let's say the last contact should be 2017.10.10 or later after that. And the patient status, we only want to see our active patients. We don't want to add deceased patients or patients who have moved away. And in provider, you select the provider you're working for. So I'm working for Doctors of BC, and the output will go directly to Excel. Click on OK, and soon Excel should open up, and there are all the records that it has found. So these stuff are actually the dates. To see them, you've got to click between the D and the E and just double click there, and then it adjusted the width that you can see the patients. Oh, sorry, I mean the date of birth. So for Dr. Bill, we need the first name and the last name, the date of birth, and the MSP number, the personal health number. And all these other columns we don't need, so I can highlight them and right click and delete. Okay, there we see we've got an insurance number and a health number. Let me just make them wide that we can see what they look like. So double click between that. These two columns we're not interested in, delete them. And you can see that the health numbers and the insurance numbers are basically the same. So it doesn't matter which column we keep, but one of these columns we need to keep. So, and the rest of the columns, here is the last contact, the last time they were seen. We can have a look at that, the status that they're all active. So we're happy with these are the patients we want to export. Now, this Minnie Mouse doesn't have an insurance MSP number, so that one is going to fail, but we're not going to pay attention to that for now. Let's just delete the columns we don't need. Right click and delete. And here we're sitting with the columns. Now the next movement is the last name must be in the second column. So I right click there and we cut column A and right click there in column C for the middle name. We don't need that. We're just going to paste it over there. And there we are. Column 1, that's empty now. We can delete that column. And there we've got our, we must have 4 columns. There we've got the 4 columns that we want to see to send to Dr. Bill. The only last problem is these dates are in the wrong format for Dr. Bill. So let's highlight that column and we can go to here under number. All of these must be date, but a specific date. So I select more number formats. It must be date and it must be in the form year, month, day. There we have it. Now we can save this file and this file will then be submitted. Naturally, that one without the health number is not going to work, so one can just save yourself hassles by deleting it now. And if you try to save this file, it's going to say it can't save it because the file is read-only. To keep your changes, you will need to save the workbook to a new name or in a different location. Okay. We want to save it at a place that we need to find. To find a place, we go to Browse. And for now, I'm going to save it on the desktop and give it a name like LFP panel to Dr.Bill and save. And there we have it. So we can now close the Excel here. We've saved that data. And if we minimize this and look at our desktop, okay, sorry, cancel this. We finished with the report practice. Cancel that and minimize this, and there is your file that you can export to Dr.Bill.